Hello YouTubers, this is Jacques from Jacques Photography. The Canon EOS 6D Mark II finally came out. What took you guys so long? What took you guys so long? Hey YouTubers, listen, before I start this video, I want to talk about two things. One is my recent photo shoot with Angie. It was a lot of fun. She's such a cool person. It's all about taking shots with someone who is flexible and how aesthetically pleasing it can be to shoot with someone who is flexible. And two are, I've made a whole video series of learning elementary photography, and I teach it to my daughter. Good. So that's shutter speed, everybody. It is the amount of time you open the door to let the light into your camera. Here we go. You know, we assume you know everything, but you don't always know all the specs. So I made those videos. It's a whole series. Check it out, people. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So, hey Canon, here's the first thing I want to say to start off. What the hell took you guys so long? What I think is that Canon sometimes looks within their company to find out who they're competing against in their models, which, you know, makes sense. I mean, they can't start making a camera that has more specs than an higher grade camera. They can't do that stuff. They just can't do it. But at the same time, they have to think of what other competitors are offering. And the whole theme of this video is that Canon, start looking at what other people are offering to decide how you're gonna attack the market, or you're gonna get eaten up. You will get eaten up. So the first theme in this video, and I'm gonna just shoot stuff out and talk about different points, and I hope there's some order to it, but here we go. First thing, I just wanna say that this is an 80D with a full frame sensor. Plain and simple. Most of the features on the 80D are offered on this: a flip out screen, the dual pixel AF, the ergonomics and the body size and the weight of the camera is relatively similar to the 80D as well. Another point I want to mention, this is the first full frame camera to offer the Digic 7 sensor. To me personally, I think processor tends to have a lot of less importance to the quality of your photos than the actual sensor and the sensor size. But I mean, a lot of people, you know, stick on those type of things like the sensor and stuff like that. So I just wanted to mention that it's kind of cool that this is the lower level model has a Digic 7 and the 5D Mark IV has a Digic 6 Plus. Another point. Now, dual pixel AF is definitely an improvement, and it is definitely a way of attacking the competitors. It will kick ass when it comes to any products offered by Sony as well. Sony has some great autofocus. Now, don't get me wrong on that, but I definitely think that Canon with their dual pixel autofocus is in the same game. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to talk about a few video specs because I am a videographer. I do photography, but I am a videographer, really. Here's a couple of specs that I find really, really interesting. Is that nobody talks about AI servo. The fact that you now have AI servo, autofocus servo, when you're filming and doing video with this 6D. The old 6D did not have it. The Mark II now has it. I find that is such a cool, super bonus. So if ever you're checking the specs and you get to that point where you see AI servo, it's kind of a cool thing, because if you have AI servo with dual pixel autofocus, you are gonna be very, very happy. You'll get that full frame look and you'll get that quality focusing that's so amazing with the 80D on a larger sensor camera. Now, here we go again. You know, Canon, this is a mistake. It's a mistake not to have the dual SD card. The dual SD card slot, personally, I think would have been a good thing, and it should have been a dual SD slot like Fuji did on the X-T2. A lot of other people are offering it. The rumors are saying that the Sony A7 Mark III will also have the dual card slot. Anyone using this camera for wedding photography or any sort of event photography where it's so important to make sure you have data duplication is not going to be very happy. And it could even be a deal breaker for a whole hell of a lot of people. As much as I don't care, and if you check the old video I did on this camera, I really don't care about 4K. I just don't shivving it. Why? Because I have an FZ2500 Panasonic camera with 4K in it. I have the AX100 and I use the 4K, but I don't use it that much. However, it's still a disappointment that Canon didn't offer that. And we go back to the same theme. Quit looking at what you offer within your actual company and look elsewhere. The XT2 with the battery grip, which is now, by the way, on sale for the whole summer for an amazing price, offers 4K at great bit rates. 6300 and the 6500 offer 4K. You know, it would have been a good thing if they offered it. However, what I also like about Canon is that what they do offer works. It actually works. So if you go out and you buy a Sony and they give you, woohoo, 4K, yeah, they give you 4K, yeah. But how long will it last? If you buy the RX100, you only get a certain amount of minutes of 4K. If you get one of the A6 series, you get heating issues, and you're still getting heating issues, guys. You're still getting them. You're still getting those overheating issues. So yes, you get 4K and it's offered in those cameras, but it's not offered where it works perfectly without fail. Fuji, I have no clue. I don't know whether their 4K works well. I have heard good things about it. My Panasonic stuff, all the 4K works excellently, but I think Canon might be holding out because they want to make sure whatever 4K they do offer, it has a good codec and it works well and the camera does not overheat. I might be wrong, but it is just a speculation on my part. Oh my God, this is incredible. I have to admit, I'm surprised at this. The Canon 80D is really made for cinematographers, I know that. So what they do offer is a movie format, which is all intra, which means a very high bit rate video format. And it's a video quality that's surprisingly high. Anything that comes out of my 80D is absolutely amazing. Now, what I have heard is that from the release right now, they do not have all intra inside the 6D. They have not included it. So who do I think this camera is for? Well, it's kind of a weird situation because I think this camera is for anyone who has a lot of Canon glass like myself, and it's a lot of Canon full frame glass, and they wanted to go into the foray of a larger sensor, and you want better technology. You want the Digic 7 sensor, you want higher burst rates, and you want the new dual pixel AF. This might be the camera for you. I don't think this is the camera for someone who wants to do any sort of intense video workflow. If you're in photo, however, you are benefiting from absolutely fantastic glass, a whole gamut of glass that has been tried, true, and tested. Therefore, for those people who do photo workflow, this would be a great camera for you for the price, for the technologies you're getting, its capacity to focus well, and its newer sensor. For those in video, there's other offerings out there from Sony, from Fuji, but also there's the GH5, which comes in at a good price, and you have excellent video. And what a lot of people don't realize about most of the Panasonic lines is you have a lot of great lenses and great photo capabilities. So that's all I wanted to say this time. That's a bit of my little rant on the Canon 60 Mark II and its release. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think you'd want to go for, do you really think 4K is important to you? I don't give a shit. I really don't care. Do you think you would like to go towards another company? Are you ready to make the jump? Tell me what you think. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for my high quality stuff. Check out Behance. If you like this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up at the bottom. If you want to keep in cahoots with what I do, subscribe. And don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.